Welcome to Tabletop Tactics. Coming up in today's battle.
So 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Drukhari.
Oh, I saw it for a second.
No, it's marked for death.
Cheeky.
No, not for you. Not today. Folks, welcome back to Tabletop Tactics with myself, the Spider, helming the Drukhari. Today in another competitive league report in our league report series. But what am I facing? None other than the Stig himself. Dun, dun, dun. What you bringing today, Stig?
I have my Adeptus Mechanicus, my cybernetic brethren are here today. I'm very excited to debut them on the league. It's a bit of an escalation list for me, I think, because it's a starting place.
Yeah, exactly. And well, you'll see in this series that these competitive lists will evolve as the meta changes. So my Drukhari list has just changed because, of course, the new FAQ has put some of the points up on the Raiders and Drazhar, which is only fair.
Not that you'd tell by the list that's about to be shown.
My list is absolute filth. If you are a fan of competitive lists, you're going to enjoy this game for sure. Now, we're going to get into the list. We're going to do yours first, Stig.
Okay.
I hope that you've got those 1950 space robots from outer space. Then, unfortunately, you're going to lose. Terrified of those robots.
You love them.
I know, I love them.
Yeah, me too. They just want to have a hug. Right then, Freeview fans, so if you saw my return to the channel, you've already seen this list, but for those that haven't, it's a battalion and an outrider, all with Mars today. So we start off in the HQs, we have Scutari Marshal. He has the Exemplar Eternity relic, which gives me the reroll 1s to hit as well as wound, which is awesome. And I've also given him the Programmed Retreat Warlord trait, which is very helpful. Got a Tech Priest Dominus. I also have a Manipulus. He's using the Holy Order relic Loki in order to be able to do a few extra buffs, which is cool. We've got 7 units of troops between the 2 detachments. We've got 3 units of Cataphon Breachers, which is a torsion cannon and 2 heavy arc rifles in each unit. We've got 3 units of Rangers, just bare bones, and a blob in the Outrider of 20 Vanguard with a Omnissiah in order to ignore cover. In the elite slot, we have some infiltrators, nice little toolbox unit. We also have 2 units of Cerberus Raiders and fast attack in the battalion. Over in the outrider, we have the Techno-Archaeologist, Daedalus by any other name, and he also has quite a lot of fast attacks to go with here. He's got 3 units of Iron Strider Ballistari, each with the Cognis las cannons. We've got a unit of sterilizers. I've given the Princeps the skull of Eldar Nikolai for some shenanigans, and I've got 5 Dragoons today. Really happy that these chickens are back on the board because they are so much fun and really deadly again. That's 1996 points, not quite on the nose, but hey, as I say, a bit of an escalation and a starting place. But we're up against it today. This Dark Elder list is scary.
Folks, it's time to talk Drukhari, the Dark Elder Space Elves from outer space vampires. Yep, it's 2,000 points on the nose. It is a competitive list. It's the updated list from my original Mandrake Madness. So what we have is a triple patrol. Now, a couple of little changes. I'm not going to be getting the free +2 CP anymore. That's part of the FAQ as well, as it should be. That was just bonkers. So leading up the first patrol, We are trying Blackheart, so we're switching from Obsidian Rose to Blackheart. For now, I still love Obsidian Rose. I'm going to talk more about it in an in-depth list analysis over and on demand for this particular list where I'll go over the tactics. But for now, I'll just go through the list for you. So it's Blackheart, that means I'm re-rolling a hit roll, and it does have access to the Agents of Vect stratagem. It is led by the Spider himself. He is a Master Archon with a Husk Blade, which I've swapped out for the Djinn Blade. And I have made him the Warlord and given him the Warlord trait Hatred Eternal. Big discussion on whether I should take Ancient Evil or not. For now, I'm rolling with Ancient Eternal. Go check out the list analysis if you want a discussion on that. Then what I have is a blast pistol on him because I had those points spare. Very nice indeed. We then go to the troops. I have 3 units of 5 Kabalite Warriors with 3 blasters, so 1 blaster in each unit. I then have 2 units of 5 Incubi. These guys are just so awesome. They're pretty much in every competitive Drukhari list anyway. We then go over to dedicated transports. This is where we start to get a little spicy. I have 5 raiders. That's right. Despite the increased points, I've got 5 of them. They're still incredibly good and efficient for what they do, in my opinion. They've all got Dark Lances. We then have a second patrol. This patrol is led up by Drazhar. So obviously he's not the Warlord, so he doesn't have the Warlord trait Hatred Eternal in this instance, but he's so good anyway, especially next to the Archon, that it probably shouldn't matter too much. We then have another 3 units of Kabalite Warriors, making a total of 6 with a single blaster in each, and another unit of 5 Incubi. It then gets extra spicy because I've got 4 dedicated transport raiders. So that brings me to 9 raiders with Dark Lances. Ouch. That's 90 wounds to chew through and only giving away a point for Bring It Down. Oh dear, that's really unpleasant. We then go to our 3rd and final patrol, and this is where things really change up. We're going for a Cult of Strife detachment, led up by a Succubus with the Competitive Edge Warlord trait from the Book of Rust. Now this has been FAQ'd so that you can't get a gazillion attacks. That's fine. I'm using it with a slightly different combination anyway. I'm actually going to give her the Triptech Witch because she's got an Agonizer and Archaic Glaive. And the Triptech Whip, even, not Witch, is really, really nasty. It's a poison 2+ weapon. It's damage 2. It's got AP 3 as I recall, and it gives you +3 attacks as well. Plus I'll give her Adrenal Light. So she's got 10 attacks, and with Competitive Edge, any ones that fail to damage, I'll get a bonus attack as well. So she is vicious, right? Plus I've got all of the Cult of Strife stratagems from the Book of Rust. Then we finally have 2 units of 10 witches, who I've given Grave Lotus to for +1 strength, and a unit of 9 witches. The 9 witch unit has a Hecatrix in it. Actually, I'll probably switch this to be one of the 10 girl witch squads because that will work out better, but the Hecatrix in that squad has an Agonizer. I then spend a CP from the Book of Rust to give her a relic, which is Morgaine's Agonizer, which means that I can nominate a unit and they are not allowed to fall back against that unit. So these witches just shut things down. They've got a boatload of attacks. They can fight twice with Cult of Strife. They've got reroll wound stratagems. Trust me, they're a nasty bunch of ladies. That's it. 2,000 points on the nose. Pretty copy and paste style, but I've got some witch cult flavor in there. Let's see how this does against the all new Adeptus Mechanicus. Exciting.
Today's mission is Retrieval Mission, a Strike Force mission from the Warhammer 40,000 Grand Tournament Mission Pack. 6 predetermined objective markers are placed onto the battlefield. The primary objective is Take and Hold, a progressive mission where players score 5 victory points for each of the following conditions they achieve at the end of each of their command phases: holding 1 or more objectives, holding 2 or more objectives, and holding more objectives than their opponent. These are cumulative and cannot be scored in the first battle round. Each player also chooses 3 secondary objectives that can score up to 15 points each. Gentlemen, may the dice gods be with you.
Deployment phase is complete. The Drukhari have entered real space with a purpose. Today, they wish to show these upstart Adeptus Mechanicus what true technology really looks like. At least that is the Space Pirates theory.
That's the plan.
Yeah, exactly. We all know what happens when a plan hits action. So what we've got here are the Mechanicus deployed very, very well behind, making the maximum use of all of this LOS blocking terrain that we have, a very tournament style board. As is becoming fashionable for 9th edition, lots of large buildings, lots of LOS blocking, and likewise the Drukhari have done the same. Where we've got a couple of things a bit further forward, we are trying to make use of the cargo containers and or the other LOS blocking terrain in general to also hide ourselves. Not sure if we can hide absolutely everything, either of us. Obviously Drukhari have some good movement, so we might be able to pick out a couple of targets, but for the most part we are pretty well protected. So this is going to be very exciting. Mr. Stig, what do you want to do? Do you want to go first? Is this a roll-off you want to win, or would you rather go second?
It's a funny one because it's probably, I think both first turns are going to be really cagey. It's more about whether you get to go first in the second battle round.
Sure.
Possibly becomes more interesting.
Maybe the first turn's more feeling each other out, seeing where things are. Second turn is the time to strike.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I'm not certain which way I'd prefer to go on this one. I kind of know what I want to do either way, so we'll see what happens.
Okay.
I'm just going to roll with the punches.
For that in a second.
There'll be many.
I'm just going to do a little update. We've got 10 witches in this, 5 warriors, 5 warriors, 5 warriors, the spider, 5 warriors and incubi, and then I have the other 2 5 warriors and 2 units of 5 incubi in there. You can actually see I've put the incubi on just to help it, because it's a bit confusing sometimes when you're playing Drukhari just to know what's in every boat, so you just help your opponent out by doing that and identifying it easily for them. We also have the succubus and 9 witches in this one. She's hanging off the side there, and on the far right flank over there we have 10 witches, including the one with Morvane's Agonizer. So there you go, just a little brief rundown for you guys of where everything is. Mr. Stig, you are the guest, sir. Would you care to roll first? For going first. Mr. Stig opens with a 3. It's not a bad number. It's respectable. I open with a 4, just one above. Okay, look, there is no choice. I have to go first. So we will not discuss it. Command phase wise, I'm just going to gain a command point. I can tell you now, I'm not going to gain anything else. So I will see you at the end of my movement phase in a second. It's just the beginning of the battle round here. Haven't quite done my movement phase yet. Let's call it my command phase. I've just gained a command point, but just prior to that, Mr. Stig, let's talk your Dogmaters, no, it's not Dogmaters.
Well, I'm not using a Dogmata this turn, but I am using a Canticle, and I have enabled Shroud's Arm, and it's Mars, so it's covering the entire army. So that's nice. I've also used my skirmishing line moves on my Cerberus Raiders to move them up 9 inches at the beginning of the battle round.
Very nice. Okay, so they've both made aggressive moves there towards the middle of the board. You did take engage in all fronts as one of your secondaries, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. And just for those people at home, Shroud's Arm does what? Puts you in cover?
Yes, exactly. Benefit of cover, essentially, like cover forever. So,
okay.
So yeah.
Right then, Stig. Well, we'll come back in my movement phase in just a moment. Let's see what these Drukhari can hunt this turn.
And the Dark Flotilla has moved very fast, absolutely everywhere across the board. We'll come back to that one in a second, as how he's ended up over there. Right, what have we got over here? We've got the Spider in his Raider himself. His person moved forward here. We've got a Raider with Witches in here. We've got another one with Warriors moved forward, all kind of hunkering down around these trees, close to this objective. We've got one hanging back. This is one with Warriors in it. Moving over to this side of the board, we have really kind of made the best use of this terrain to be able to get 3 boats, all to be able to see through that line of sight blocking.
4, in fact.
Well, 3 through it and 1 by the side.
Yes, one. Yeah,
one by the side. So 2 with Incubi, 2 with Witches, right up there. I'm not feeling great about those Raiders right now. But...
So how did that one get there, Stig?
So you used a stratagem, didn't you?
I did. I used Enhanced Ether Sails, 1 CP, and it gives you a flat 8-inch advance for your Raider.
That's really, really good, isn't it?
It's really good as well on Black Heart, because Black Heart we count, and all of my Raiders are Black Heart, even the ones the Witches are in, and yes, that's allowed. Which I think perhaps shouldn't be, but I mean, there are some people that argue that it should be. Anyway, that's fine. Nonetheless, it is allowed. So what I've got here is a situation where my Raiders can advance and charge turn 1 because of they count, Blackheart count as power from pain table as 1 higher. Now, I'm not going to end anyone's world with this charge, but it's going to be really annoying, and I'm on your objective, and also importantly, it has netted me 2 points for engaging all fronts, which I wouldn't have otherwise gotten.
Yeah, we were saying off camera that 2 points is either going to be incredibly important or not important at all.
I wanted to make sure I started getting that early. Yes. So look, you know, gained a command point and spent a command point. So I'm still on 9. Let's see how this goes. I've got an interesting shooting phase. Most of your army I can't see, so it'll be pretty rapid. But hopefully, if I can just take out a couple of little units, that would be very nice. Be nice for me.
Well, yeah, we don't want to be nice to you because you're the villain of the channel. That's right, isn't it?
Correct.
And we're starting with the Kabalite Warriors within this far Raider, firing along the table edge into these Raiders. We've got 4 Kabalite rifles. Are they Kabalite rifles? Is that what they're called?
They're Splinter rifles.
Splinter rifles,
yeah.
And 1 blaster.
That's it. A blaster. Okay, so we will open with the blaster. That is a miss, but we are Black Hearts and we are allowed to re-roll it despite being in the vehicle. That is a hit.
Very nice.
That is nice. Right, to wound you, 2s I believe. Your T4?
T4.
Yep, so that was a wound on a 5.
Cool. 5 up enhanced bionic save.
Very nice.
Makes it.
4 rifles. That is 1 hit. 1 wound because it's poison.
So this will be 3 up with Shroud Summon and makes it.
Very good. Okay, now I'm just going to go on to the Dark Lance, which is on the Raider. That is a hit, sir. That is a wound, sir.
5 up enhanced bionics. No, that one goes through.
So because of the nature of the damage, that will just be 1 dead...
1 dead doggo.
1 dead doggo.
You mean man.
I'm a mean person. What we're going to do now is move on to the second Raider with the Witches in it.
Yep.
They're going to fire all of their pistols at you. That's exciting, isn't it?
It's a bit mean, really.
Well, you know, we are Drukhari. They don't get any rerolls.
They don't get any Black Heart stuff?
No,
that's the Raider?
The Raider does, because the Raider is Black Heart. I know, controversial. There's 5 wounds there, Mr. Stig.
5 wounds.
Yep.
And there's no AP on those pistols, are there?
No.
So 3s. So 1 goes through.
Fair enough. Okay, and Dark Lance from the Raider. That is a hit, because there's no minuses there. That is a wound, sir.
There's a wound. 5 up. Invulnerable save. No.
Okay.
So that goes through and would kill another. So 2 dead doggos.
I like it.
Looking to finish off this flank in style, we have the blaster from this unit inside this Raider, firing at the doggo.
Yeah, because it is an assault weapon, so that can still do its thing. It misses, but guess what?
Black Heart.
This is a thing, and that now becomes a hit. That's very useful, isn't it? That's a wound, sir. That is a wound.
5 up in vulnerable save, goes through and kills that doggo.
Well, yes, it does, because I might have rolled a 1 there on the blaster.
I suppose. Yeah.
But yes, unfortunately, your doggos have been yelped off the boards there. I guess they didn't like that type of light that they got. A lot of dark, hot, dark light in the face. You're dead.
I'm calling the RSPCA.
Okay.
And we're moving on to the other flank now, and we start with the first Raider, who is rapid firing the unit inside against these doggos.
Yes. Right, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. I'll do the blaster first.
Because Black Heart.
Okay, blaster. It's a hit. Blaster. It does fail to wound on a 1. Do I care about that?
With all these units still to be able to fire at them.
I do have a lot of units. No, I do not care about that. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the Splinter rifles, Mr. Stig.
Yeah.
How pleasant. They're doing very nicely.
Nicely for some.
4 wounds there, Stig.
4 wounds over there.
I don't want to alarm you, but that's 4 wounds.
That'll be 4 free-up saves.
4 wounds, Mr. Stig.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, okay, all right.
1 dead doggo and 1 down to 1 wound.
Okay, well, let's keep it rolling. I'm now going to go over to the Incubi Raider, which also has a unit inside. We're going to rapid fire with our rifles, or do our blaster first. No, we'll do the rapid fire rifles first. 2, 4, 6, 8. Lots of misses, but we do have 3 hits.
Could it be enough?
2 wounds.
2 wounds.
I'm doing this because you've only got 1 wound on one of those doggos, so
Yeah.
I'm hoping I'll just kill another.
You do not. I make a 3 and a 4.
Outrageous. The blaster is a hit. Blaster is a wound this time, sir. A save or die.
Oh, saves on a 6.
I like it, I like it. Okay, well, we've got 2 units of witches there. They are going to now, one of them's actually in plasma grenade range, so we'll throw a plasma grenade. And one of them is the succubus as well. So she, and that is the one which is within 6. So she will throw a plasma grenade. Let me just bring up the stats. I believe it's D6 strength 4 -1, but I'm going to double check.
So weirdly, the succubus doesn't have either a plasma grenade or a pistol.
No.
Which is
Because I've kept,
odd.
yeah, I know, because I swapped the agonizer for a whip. I don't have a pistol. Anyway, that's fine. She likes to kill things in combat, which only makes sense.
Yeah.
So we're going to do D6 plasma grenades from, there we go, 3 from the witches. That is 2 hits. And then strength 4, no wounds there. And then we've got 8 pistols, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 4s. That is 3 wounds, Stig. No AP.
3 wounds, no AP, freeze.
We kill a doggo.
Kill the one that's on 1 wound.
Okay, I'm going to go straight over to the witches in the other boat.
Yeah.
This is 10 shots this time.
10 shots.
Yes, it is. Right, 4, 5, 6. And that boat is also within 6 inches, so I'll do a plasma grenade as well. So
Makes
3,
sense.
6, 7, 8, 9. This is the 9 Splinter. Oh, that was very nice. That was a full house, Stig. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, that is 1, 2, 5 wounds there, Stig. Don't want
5
to alarm
wounds.
you, but that's 5 wounds.
3-ups.
Oh, and I've got you.
And it's got him.
Okay, okay. So all of the doggos on the board have been slain.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
So I guess they weren't really war dogs. They were more puppy dogs, weren't they? Shouldn't have brought them to this battlefield, not against the Drukhari.
And we're moving on to the Dark Light now, and we have the first of the flotilla. This raider on the far side with the Incubi in it is firing through this tree line.
Yep.
Just to the edge of these chickens, can just about get them. There was a little bit of a thought about going into the servitors, but they, the breachers with the Shroud Sun would make it a 5-up save, whereas the chickens only have a 6-up bionic save.
It's true. Although for each failed save on the breacher, it would be a dead breacher, but I'm
Yeah.
going to go for the chicken anyway. Right, through the trees we hit anyway, despite the -1. And we wound you, sir.
We wound, so we need a 6-up.
Yep, you'd need a 6-up, or it's
Goes
the opposite of a
through.
6, isn't it?
It does.
Right, if I get a 5 or a 6 here, you're destroyed outright. I do not.
So he has 1 wound
he's
left.
got 1 wound left. We'll take that.
Yeah.
Okay, the second Dark Lance.
So the next one with the other Incubi.
I wonder
in it.
if I should CP re-roll that.
So you've thought about it for quite a while now.
No, I'm not going to. It's just it's an interesting one. So
The comments will tell us whether you should have done it or not.
yeah. So this second Dark Lance will fire at a chicken.
Nice.
At the chicken, it's a hit. At the chicken, it's a wound. Robot chicken is robot dead.
Roasted.
Okay,
Does he
blow?
explode and do 1 mortal wound? No, he does not.
Okay, so I've got 2 other Dark Lances, and I'm working from this order, from furthest to nearest to you. The second Dark Lance now could see the other chicken, I believe.
Yeah, these two, it doesn't matter which one I remove,
Yes,
these
I
two
can.
would be able to see either of them.
Yes,
'cause
I can see
This
either.
is a unit and
Yeah.
this is a unit, so.
So the average dictates that it will take me 2 to kill the other chicken, or I could now try and take my luck and destroy some breachers, because they're pretty good against my raiders too, aren't they?
They are pretty good against your raiders too.
I don't like them.
You know, I kind of like them.
I can imagine you do. Are they 3 wounds a pop, those breaches?
They are 3 wounds a pop, yeah. They'll have 5 ups, as we say, because their 2 up becomes a 1 up because of Shroud Sarm.
And their toughness is 5?
Toughness 5.
Yeah, so I'd be wounding them on 3s.
Exactly the same, just with a better save for me.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true.
But as you say, each failed wound is a
kill. It's a kill. It will remove your
threat.
It will remove your threat. Yeah, I'm now going to go for the servitors. That is a miss, but it is Black Hearts, the blackest of hearts. It is a miss anyway. The second Dark Lance, or the final Dark Lance, will do the same thing. That is a hit this time. It's marked for death. That is a wound. It's marked for death. So it is a save or die situation because of the nature of... Oh, well done. We've got a 5. That's good. Look, that's actually my shooting phase done.
Yeah, 2 units of doggos removed.
Yeah.
It does take away some of my mobility, but it's more my tricks as much as anything that it takes away, because obviously Lawrence was aware of my ability to run away in charge phases. Speaking of charge phase, we have a very short one coming up.
We do, yeah. I'm going to charge you.
And the charge phase begins with just a solitary charge. This raider into just the servitors. There was a choice about whether to go into the Vanguard, but knowing some of my tricks, decided just into the servitors.
I rolled a 4.
Which is nice.
It's more than enough.
Does what it needs to do.
Ramming speed, crack. There we go. Try not to scratch your paintwork there,
And
Stig.
we have 3 attacks, hitting on 4s.
3 attacks, hitting on 4s. We have 1 hit.
Lovely. What's the strength of a raider?
There's the Black Heart. I think it only works in strength 7 with the Blade Vein. I'm going to just try and wound you with this. That's a wound, and it's AP 1.
So that'd be a 2-up save because of... no, sorry, it wouldn't. It would be a 3-up save.
Yep.
I'm cheating. It's fine
Right.
on a 6.
You now get to hit me back.
I do indeed. I'm going to grab some dice.
Okay.
So we do have 1 extra attack from
Black Heart.
reroll.
It does get a hit.
It does hit.
Because it works in melee as well, and it does get a wound.
And we have a 3-up save, so
Lovely.
that is fine. We now have, we've been able to do the pile to be able to get everyone in, so 12 attacks in reverse. I'm going to use 1 Mars reroll. I'm going to pick up the wounds, and I'll pick up the hits.
5 hits, very nice.
5 hits, and we'll go from there. I'm just going to pick up those.
Okay.
Wounding on vehicles on 4s.
Yep.
So just the 1,
Okay.
AP3.
AP3? Okay,
Yep.
so normally I wouldn't get a save, but I do get inured to suffering, so a 6+ invulnerable save.
Yep.
Which I do fail, so 2 damage.
2 damage. Nice.
Very nice.
Very nice indeed.
Right, my friend, that is my turn. That is my turn. You know, I've irritatingly tied up those battle servitors for you. I have now got engage on all fronts for 2 points. I am sitting on 1, 2, 3, 4 of the battlefield objectives, but I only killed 1 of your major firepower weapons.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad.
So now you're going to tickle me back.
Exciting.
It is.
Adeptus Mechanicus turn 1 coming right up.
It's battle round 1 for the Adeptus Mechanicus, and we're talking command phase, everyone. Heavy command phase here. Mr. Stig, what are we doing?
We've got quite a few things going on, so just we'll start off on the far side. So the broad spectrum data tethers on the Iron Strider unit give +1 leadership to the unit of Rangers that's just in front of them.
Yep.
So it's +1 leadership, and they gain the data tether rule.
Yep.
The Techno-Archaeologist is going to give his ability to perform an action and still fire to the middle unit of servitors, not the one that's currently in combat. That will allow them to perform an action and still fire without the action failing.
Nice.
The Loki, member of the Holy Order, Manipulus, is going to do a couple of things. He's going to use his predicted barrage ability to make the Vanguard unit there be able to ignore attacks of AP 1 and 2. They become AP 0, which is pretty nice.
Yeah.
He's also going to use his galvanic field ability to give them +6 range on their radium carbines and AP 1. So suddenly they become quite nice. So which is pretty good. The broad spectrum data tether. There's so many data tethers.
Yes.
The broad spectrum data tether on the Iron Striders are going to give that same Vanguard unit +1 leadership and the data tether rule as well.
Great.
Coming over here, we have the one unit of Iron Striders are going to do the same thing to the unit of Rangers. And the Marshal doesn't need to do anything because nothing over here, well, actually nothing with a data tether is in combat. So that is
That's your command phase, and obviously you're still counting as Shroud Psalm.
Yes, for this battle round, absolutely.
Okay, all right. Well, let's see what this new AdMech book can do. You've got a lot of firepower this turn.
Just a little bit.
I wish you good luck, sir. Movement phase is now complete for the Adeptus Mechanicus. It's the end of their turn 1, and we've seen the servitors over here fall back from the raider. Meanwhile, the other servitors have moved towards it in a rank and file formation here. They are within 3 of the objective, but more importantly, we had an advance roll for all of these vanguards, and they are very much objective secured, and they're very much stealing the objective back from that raider. A point of note on the way that we're playing the terrain, it's exactly as it is in the rules.
Which is a good way to do it.
This is the footprint because it's not on a base. This is the footprint. So if you have your models outside of that footprint, and I'm trying to fire with units over there, they are out of line of sight because these are over 5 inches tall. So he's placed his unit here to ensure that I cannot see him if I am on the other side, because he couldn't advance enough of them in. He could only get 4 to actually be able to go into the ruins and shoot things here. So he figured he may as well just try and hide against any potential shooting for now. What we have next is some movement over here. Now, I don't like these. The chicken walkers with their las cannons.
You love them.
Have some line of sight to my raiders over here. And then similarly, over on this flank, we have the 3 remaining chicken walkers over there. The Iron Striders, for you AdMech fans. And of course, the battle servitors over there, moving to the front of that building. Don't forget, they can see inside the ruins, just like I could see through the ruins with all of those raiders. So that is it. Of course, we've seen the Taser goat herders over here. They've moved through.
Taser goat herders?
Yes.
That's a new one.
What are they actually called?
They are, oh, now you've used, they're dragoons, but they are something dragoons, and my brain is going blank.
Well, on that note, we'll just leave you there. It seems like you have an upload failure. It's battle servitor time. We have this unit, the rank and file units, firing everything into the raider, which is right next to them. Okay, let's do this.
Start off with the torsion cannon.
Yep.
Fails, but we'll use a Mars reroll.
Sure, why not?
And we still failed.
Fair enough.
Heavy arc rifles.
The arc rifles.
We have hit 4 times.
4 times.
We wound on 4s.
Yep.
So it's 2 wounds, AP 2.
Great. So I have a 5+ invulnerable save, also known as a Night Shield. I do make one of those, sir. So that is 1 save, 1 fail.
3 damage.
It's 3 damage. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Leaving me on 5 wounds remaining. Cool. We now have the Ranger unit just here, also opening up against that damaged raider. Let's see if they can find their mark.
4s, rerolling 1s. That's 1 wound.
Why are they hitting on 4s? Is that just their ballistic skill?
They're heavy, so they're 3+
right.
ballistic, but they're now heavy with the galvanic rifles.
Got it.
So they have hit 6 times.
Okay.
They're wounding on 5s and 6s. 2
2
wounds,
there.
AP1.
Cool. 2 wounds at AP1. I make 1 save and I fail 1, so damage 1 there.
Damage 1.
Down to 4 wounds. Great. It's Techno-Archaeologist time now, leveling his pistol also at this damaged raider. I don't know what it ever did to you. It doesn't deserve it. Roll to hit, sir.
I mean, it's there. I'll roll for the number of shots first, which is D3. So it's just the 1. He hits on a 2, I believe. I'm going to have to double check that.
Okay. So it is, in fact, a 3+ you need.
Yeah, he's BS3, so I use a Mars reroll because he is a Mars unit.
Score the hits.
He'll wound on a 4 because it's strength 6. Wounds, AP2.
AP2. Save on a 6, sir. Save
Lovely.
on a 6. Next up, the Tech Priest Dominus, also following suit, firing into this raider. No interest in its survival. Pure destruction on the mind.
Freeze because he's moved. Ominous, he will use a Mars reroll.
Oh, he misses. Some sort of binary failure there.
Yeah, 4s to wound. However, 6s are 2 mortal wounds. So double 6 would be nice. So
do
2
get
mortal
chief.
wounds, and that's in addition. So you've got 2 saves, no AP.
So you
2
said
damage
2
each.
mortal wounds. You mean 1 mortal wound?
No, 2 mortal wounds.
So a 6 does 2 mortal wounds?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you've got 2 saves, it's Volkite.
Yep.
And then you've got 2 saves, no AP, and it's save or die
I
because
save
they're
both.
2 damage.
They are destroyed. Do I blow up? I certainly hope so. Goodbye, Mr. Tech Priest. Goodbye,
board.
Mr. Tech Priest.
No.
Just before I remove that raider, let's roll for the Kabalite Warriors inside. There's 5 of them. 2 of them are in fact slain in that vicious explosion. I can imagine this Imperial technology didn't do nice things to the hull of that raider. I will place them out something along the lines of this, and then I'll remove the raider. Goodbye. We have the Rangers over here now sitting on that objective. They take some long-range shots with their galvanic rifles on the emerging Kabalite Warriors from the flames of that hull.
Yeah, so hitting on 4s because they moved. So that's not the best. They'll be wounding on 3s. So that is 3 wounds at AP1.
3 wounds at AP1. Yep, we have 3 dead Kabalite Warriors. The unit is in fact slaughtered. The sacrificial lambs were sent forth. They never returned. The spider is still pleased because he enjoys the show. It's single Iron Strider time. Twin Cognis las cannon going through the ruined wall here into the raider holding the succubus. I am going to employ a stratagem here for 1 CP. Lightning fast reactions. You're now -1 to hit me, sir.
Makes sense. Yep. So it's now 4s.
Yep.
Re-rolling 1s.
Yep. Oh.
No.
So the -1
wounding on 3s. Re-rolling 1s. Ooh.
Let me ask you a question as well. Why were you hitting on? Why were you re-rolling 1s anyway?
Because of the marshal that's
Gotcha.
right there.
Yeah, cool.
So I think that's probably going to be let go. I'll leave that.
Yes, fair enough. I mean, it is only the 1 chicken. He's
Yep.
got considerable amounts of firepower left. Do you know what you want to fire next, or do you want to come back?
I'm coming over to the next unit.
Yeah,
now that
so-
I've managed to get Lightning Fast being played, I'm
Yep.
putting him on the other witch unit.
Yeah, great. So I had a feeling you'd do that, but that's fine. So it's this one here with Morvane's Agonizer, everyone. Okay, good luck, sir.
So 3s re-rolling 1s, and I will use a Mars re-roll as well.
Yep, because that makes sense.
So 3
okay, 3 hits.
3s re-rolling
2 wounds.
1s, 2
Okay.
AP3 on those.
AP3, so look, it goes to my 5+ in vulnerable save. Do fail both of those. You've got 2d3 plus 6 damage here, effectively. And you've got some more firepower coming through. Do
Yep.
I care about that? Ooh, that is tricky.
So I've got to get 3 or 4.
Well, the average
plus.
is you would destroy it. So I'm actually going to use a CP here.
Makes sense.
And it does pay off.
Cool.
So you do D3 plus 3. And it is 5 damage, but I'm still alive on 5 wounds. Okay, cheeky.
Nice.
We're now to the breachers, and guess what? They're going to fire at that same target. I do only have the 5 wounds left.
Funny that.
Here we go.
Torsion cannon.
Torsion. That's a miss.
Mars reroll.
Mars reroll does score the hits.
Wounds on a 4. It would
strength.
actually wound on a 3.
Yeah, is it strength 8?
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
4 minimum. I always think, oh, it's vehicle, so
Right,
just automatically,
yeah.
which it does, but
No,
it
you
wound
wound
on a 3.
That is a
It's
failed wound.
I will not re-roll that because I've got the arc rifle still
Sure,
to
yeah, you got
go.
2 of those. Okay.
So that's 4 shots.
Yep. 4
all
hits, that's
hit.
what you like. Very nice.
These are wounding on 4s.
Yes.
And 3 wounds. I will use the re-roll.
All right.
So that's 4 wounds,
Beautiful.
AP2, so on your invulnerable
So
save.
5+ invulnerables to get some sort of an upset. I do in fact fail all of them. We know that he is destroyed because it's 3 damage against vehicles. I like it. Okay, do I blow up? No, I do not. But I do have 10 witches in there.
Yes.
So I will roll for those girls now. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So rolling for witches. All but one of the ladies survive. I imagine some glorious acrobatics, some gymnastics have taken place. They cartwheel out of the burning wreck. They land superhero style, and all they see before them are a bunch of scared robots. Finally, we're coming all the way over here, back to the Iron Striders there, which are firing at the Raider, which is peeking around the corner of the ruin there. And that has a bunch of witches in also. Okay, good luck, Mr. Stig.
So this will be threes, re-rolling ones.
Got it. 4 hits.
They all hit.
Very good.
Threes. Oh,
2 wounds.
just the 2.
Okay.
AP3.
AP3. Oh, I make both.
Cheeky.
That's very cheeky. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I had a fair chance of making one. Making both was quite cheeky there.
That's why I've spent the CP on the servitor unit, because the way that you can roll, I had to force the issue on it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Okay. Is it? What else is there? Is that it?
That's actually
Other
it.
than your, yeah, because the Vanguard now can't fire because they've got no targets. That
They've got no. Well, actually, I tell you what, there are a few of them that can just see that Raider. Let me just work out how many, and because they've got the added range, they can get a few pot shots against
Absolutely.
it.
All right, we'll be back. All right, folks, it is more fire now coming in on this Raider. In fact, 24 rounds, because they are 3 shots each.
Just 8 that can see, so 24 shots.
Okay.
They advance, they're hitting on 4s. That is under there. And their automatic wound rolls of 6 doesn't work against vehicles.
Got it.
So they will need 6s to wound here.
Got it.
So that is 4 at AP1. So that's not too bad. On to Drazhar's Raider.
Yes, that is Drazhar's. I too failed all of them. I would have failed all of them anyway. So 4 wounds down on that Raider. Not bad from those Vanguards. Cheeky there.
Cheeky.
But that does mark the end of your shooting phase.
It does indeed. A mixed bag.
A mixed bag. There's no charging happening.
No.
We know these guys are just over 12 from target, so they cannot charge.
Yeah. So other than potentially
Vanguard advance, so they can't charge.
And same for these guys. They're doing the action, and they're outside 12 anyway.
Yes, I don't know if we mentioned that they are doing the Octarius.
They're the ones that are doing it, but with the command ability of Techno-Archaeologists, they were allowed to fire without it failing.
Okay, well look, that's your turn then. So points-wise, you don't have engage.
No.
We'll tally them up. You'll see them coming up on screen, but it will be Drukhari turn 2. Battle round 2 coming up next. Ooh, this could be a spicy meatball. Let's see what happens.
At the beginning of the battle round, we had 2 Canticle and a Protector Imperative played. We'll get back to all of this silliness in just a second, won't we, Mr. Spider? So the Canticle, this is what people care about. They care about the AdMech stuff. The Canticle is Litany of the Electromancer, which essentially means -1 to hit in combat.
Which is a good one this round.
Yeah, because I had a feeling that a lot of combat might be happening. And the Doctrine Imperative is Bulwark Imperative, which basically means +1 armor save to all my Skitari units, which is also very important. So yeah, that will be quite important this turn. As we've already noted, and you've seen as I panned across the board, there is going to be a lot of combat. So we'll start off over here. We've had Witches and the Succubus get out and advance. They've got some very nice moves to be able to get in there. That Raider followed up just to be able to sit on that objective.
Got some warriors left in there as well.
Absolutely. We've still got a unit of warriors in one of these ones back here as well. We had 2 units of Incubi, Drazhar, all get advances and move up towards these Dragoons. By now you've possibly seen what Celestine did to these Dragoons, or didn't. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. We've got the Spider himself with the other unit of Incubi moving up. They are very keen to take out this unit of Cataphron Breachers. And these Witches, well, they weren't totally impressed with what these Vanguard did to Drazhar's Raider over there, so they're going to come and say hello. Speaking of Raiders, a couple of sneaky ones moving up along here. More warriors inside yet again, of course. And so is this one moved up, still holding that objective. And this one is still within 3 of that objective too. There is so much in this Dark Elder force.
It's actually frightening.
It moves so quickly.
They're so quick. Yeah, I'll be honest, I think if this turn goes well for me, you're going to be so hurt that it's going to be hard for you to recover in the game. Having said that, never assume anything because it's a dice game.
Yeah, so we've got some buffs, some buffs for the Admech stacked up. Hopefully,
yeah, I mean, you have got the
-1
to hit. That might make a big difference. Let's see. They're funny because the Black Heart contingent are getting +1 to hit because they count the power from pain 1 round above. However, the Witch Cult units are not, so that is something to consider. Let's see what happens.
Coming back in the shooting phase. And we're starting off with the unit inside this raider here. We have the Splinter rifles into the Vanguard and the blaster into the Cataphon breachers in the centre there.
Okay, let's start with the blaster. Blaster, it's a hit. Blaster, it's a wound on a 3.
Wounding on a 3.
Yes, sir.
So that means that they are 2 up, so round 4, so back to their bionic save. 6 up.
-4, it's a 1.
It's a 1.
That's what it is.
Yeah, 3 plus.
D6, it's a 6.
Kills 1.
We kill 1 right outright. Nice, okay. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Drukhari. Probably not many people right now. Since I didn't have to use a Black Heart, I'll use one on this rifle, didn't matter. Okay, on the Vanguard, rapid fire. That is, wow, 5 wounds.
5 wounds?
5 wounds.
These will be
3 up saves now.
3 up
right?
saves because of everything
cool.
going on. Oh, that's not nice.
That's the opposite of what you should have
wanted.
Yes. That's just upside down luck.
Bear with me, I'm just going to stop Beard from ever touching my dice again.
Good idea.
And we're moving on to the next unit in the next raider. Exactly the same split of fire.
It's the truth.
Can we get the same?
It's the truth. That is a miss with a blaster. I will use my Black Heart reroll because we can. Does miss anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's fair enough. I can't be lucky all the time. It's boring.
Well, I mean,
although I tend to be lucky a lot. Lots of hits. And then on the Vanguard, 3 more wounds, my friends.
Only 3?
Only 3 this time.
3 ups. Oh!
Stig! Reverse that luck.
What is going on here? Another 2 are gone.
Yeesh.
And the Spider's blast pistol now going into the Cataphon breachers.
Yes. He misses, but he has Hatred Eternal.
Which is nice for him.
Wow, okay.
Doesn't hate us that much.
No, apparently not. He clearly wants the glory of close combat. Right, but now what we'll do is we will fire the Dark Lance at the rear there into one of the Iron Striders.
Nice.
Hits. Wounds.
So 6 up bionic save.
Yes, sir. No.
Fails.
D3 +3. Oh, pops 1.
For reference, this will be the one at the back. Does he explode? He does not.
Okay, so 1 destroyed. I'm just going to happily move on to the next raider.
Makes sense. Over this one?
Yeah, that raider will also fire at a Iron Strider. We have the Black Heart. We have the Blackest of Hearts. That's a
We needed the Blackest of Hearts.
We did. That is a wound.
So 6 up bionics again, makes that one.
Well done.
Nice.
The final Dark Lance will do the same thing. That is a hit. That is a hit. That is a wound.
So we get that again. No, we do
This
not.
time. On a 5 or a 6, you are destroyed, and it is a 6. So I do, in fact, destroy both those Iron Striders.
Does it explode? It does not. It implodes.
Okay.
But that is the Iron Striders from this flank removed. We're coming over to this rear raider now, and its Dark Lance is coming over into the chickens, taking the -1 because of all of that incense cloud that is floating around them. But that's all he can do, really, because he would be taking the -1.
And actually,
anyway,
the unit inside can only really see them as well, so I'm going to fire them first because they're only just within 18. So the blaster.
Otherwise, I would have taken the front one away, of course, because of ranges.
Black Heart. Misses anyway because you're -1.
1.
4 rifle shots, long range. 1 hits. Needs a 6 because you're a vehicle, nothing. Okay, Dark Lance from the Raider. Black Heart does get the hits. Black Heart does get the wounds.
Okay, we need a 6 up on this.
Yeah, on the... Hey, well done.
Very nice.
Okay, so we then have these Raiders and Kabalite Warrior units. First things first, we're going to rapid fire into the breachers with the warrior unit inside.
Makes
and
sense.
The blaster will fire at the single Iron Strider.
Single Iron Strider.
Okay, so the blaster, that's a hit. The blaster, that's a wound.
6 up, invulnerable save. Makes it. Very nice.
Okay, and then rapid fire 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. I can't remember if I didn't need to reroll to hit with that blaster.
No, you
did I?
didn't,
So
yeah.
I'll reroll to hit there. That's a hit with the black heart. And then to wound you, 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds.
4 wounds against
Yes.
toughness
Poison.
5.
Yeah.
They are 2 up saves.
Yes.
Of
Take
course,
a wound.
1 wound goes through and it will go on the front guy.
Cool. We didn't just do this unit in here. That isn't in rapid fire range, but 4 shots, and this will be at -1 through the trees into your breaches.
Yep.
And the blaster, again, is just
Into
in
the
range of this
single
lone
Iron
one.
Strider.
So blaster hits, blaster fails to wound, and then 4 rifle shots. 2 hits there, and I'll use a black heart. No, still 2 hits.
Would they not be going through the...
Oh no, sorry, just yeah. So
just
1 hit,
one hit.
and then let's see if I can get a wound. Nothing. No. Okay, so that then brings us to the raiders. We've done the pitter patter fight. All of these ladies have advanced, so no shooting there. So raider number 1 will fire a dark lance at your lone
Iron Strider.
Iron Strider. Why not? It's a hit. It is a wound.
Let's keep those 6s going.
Would it be 3 6s in a row?
Oh,
Not this
no.
time. 5 or a 6. It's a
Makes
6. I destroy it outright. Cheeky.
Does it explode? I
No,
can't see that.
it's a 3.
Nice.
Okay, so that's 1 Dark Lance down. We then do the second Dark Lance. This one is through the trees. It will fire at a... No, it will fire at the Iron Strider.
Okay.
Does get the hits. Does get the wounds. On the Iron Strider, sir.
Makes the 6.
Well done. The second or third Dark Lance will fire at the Iron Strider. Hits. Fails to wound. I do have 1 CP left at this stage.
Well, more than 1 CP, but 1 CP that you've not got
to
planned
re-roll
out.
with. Because that would score a wound. And there's nothing else to really shoot worthwhile. I've got my pistols over there. Yeah, I'm going to use a CP reroll. I fail anyway.
Okay.
Cool. That's all of that fired. Let's remove some models.
We're coming back over to this side of the board now, and we have 8 pistols from the witches and 1 plasma grenade into the Vanguard.
You got it. 8 pistols. Okay. Poison. You must die. That is 4 wounds.
It's 4 wounds.
Yes.
No AP. We wouldn't count anyway.
Yep.
So we're looking at 3s, and
Finally,
we make them
you
all.
made the saves.
Finally,
That's
I
good.
made some saves on the Vanguard.
Okay, D6 plasma. Just a 1. Does score a hit. Does score a wound because it's strength 4 versus your T3. And does kill you.
Of course, 1 goes through.
Okay, right. Well, that was an exciting little shooting phase. Yeah, I'm doing some serious damage here. I'm doing some serious damage. But you do have those 2 Iron Striders left, which is nice.
Yep.
And you got some breaches, but it's now going to be the charge phase. And I'm not going to be very nice this phase.
Let's
We're
see how
going
many
to-
dragoons I have left at the end of it.
Indeed, and or breaches.
Yeah, yeah. And we're starting a very busy charge phase with these these witches,
Yeah.
who with their sisters are going to charge into the Vanguard.
Yep. But I'm going to use flawless. I think
You
it's
had it on the tip of
flawless
your tongue.
approach. Anyway, it's a stratagem from Book of Rust. It's 1 CP. It means you cannot overwatch, you cannot set to defend, etc, etc. So I'm now down to 6 CP. They can't really fail the charge. They do roll a double 1, funnily enough, but however, they are only just over an inch away from you, so they do actually pass. Plus, because your unit's unengaged, I get the Cult of Strife bonus, which, if I remember correctly, is also +1 to the charge.
So you've
in
got a
addition.
3-inch charge plus the pilot. It will be interesting as to how many you can actually get into engagement.
Well, I've got
range
+1 to charge. Yeah, plus a 3-inch pile-in. So yeah, I should be able to get all of them.
So they are in, that's even before pile-ins, so no problem there. We're moving on to these Incubi, who are charging both these breacher units.
Absolutely.
Can't really fail this.
No.
And they
Well,
certainly
get the
haven't
10.
on that. The spider going in next.
The spider will be going in next. I'm just going to move these like so. The spider's going to just charge these two here because that's a thing.
Yeah, and he needs them to die.
He does need them to die. He gets a 5, which
is fine.
Is more than fine. Okay, thunk there. There we go. Then what we're going to do is this unit doesn't have any firepower to speak of, so I will charge in with Mr. Drazhar. Yep. Funnily enough. Then I'll charge in with the Incubi to the right. One of them's actually just a little bit too close there, moving back over an inch.
Cheeky.
Yep, my apologies there. They get 4, 5, 6, 7. So in they go. Yeah, this is unpleasant, Stig.
Yeah.
This is one of those moments you go, this is really unpleasant.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. If somehow you don't manage to pass your thing that stops me being interrupted on 3 occasions, I would be very happy because that would be okay. So if you could just manage to fail that, that would be very nice.
You would like that, wouldn't you, Steve?
I'd like that. I'd like to be able to interrupt.
And then a charge with the other Incubi unit. 10. Goodness, right. I'm probably going to come round. Like so. And then I'll do pile-ins and stuff. I might actually just leave him here so I can pile him in a little bit around there. Something like that. Okay.
Something along those lines.
Something along those lines, everyone. Actually, because I have to be careful with Mr. Stig. He could get tactical here. So I might come through the wall.
Right. So that I don't stop you being able to not attack with that unit.
Because that would
be what I would have done.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that will work. So I'm just going to have to come around and place these under the wall and get them all lined up. But they got a nice big charge, so that's all fine. We'll be back.
And we're coming over to these witch units over here. We're going to do the one closest to Lawrence right now. They're going straight into the Cataphorum Breachers, who are unengaged, so they get the +1.
10. I believe that will be a successful charge.
Just a little bit.
+1 as well.
There was a little bit, there was a potential to go with the Succubus first and use the stratagem to move through the breaches. However, Overwatch could have been a thing.
Could have been a thing.
So there was a desire not to get all of that.
Tiny bit of coaching here, which we're doing a series on that soon. But the reason I've moved all the way round here, you can probably see it from the top, is because if we do manage to kill the breachers, which to be fair, we may well not do, but if we do, then I'll be able to consolidate into the Iron Striders and potentially stop them from shooting anything significant next turn. Nasty thing to do, but if it's a tournament/league game, that's what you would do. Right, the Succubus now will charge both the Breachers and your, is this a Marshal here?
Yes, Drukhari Marshal.
Okay, she's going to use a stratagem for 1 CP called Dance of Death, I believe it's called. It's also from the Book of Rust. What it effectively means, guys, is that I'm ignoring the terrain and models, so I can just basically move in almost a straight line.
She's basically acrobatically jumping over the breacher to land behind him.
Yeah, and that's just as well, because that now means that that's a successful charge.
Slight misplacement on the Marshal model, to be absolutely honest, folks. In the spirit of that kind of little bit of coaching, a bit of rust on my part, and I put him too close to that unit.
Did you get rusty reading the Book of Rust?
And this final witch unit moving into these breaches.
4.
Only just, but enough.
Yeah, they incidentally wouldn't get the +1 because this unit's already engaged.
But yeah,
it's a cult strife thing, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Because they're all in.
I mean, they're going to be fine. I'm not concerned at all.
Well, I mean, you do have -1 to hit, and the witches aren't benefiting from the +1 hit yet because they're not Black Heart, so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's some stuff going on there, and the Vanguard are going to hurt and annoy this witch unit because of the fact that they're now -1 strength, -1 toughness, and -1 to hit. So that's kind of annoying. So, you know, who knows? Yeah. If Lawrence suddenly whiffs, then we'll have a game. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Into the fight phase. And at the start of the fight phase, we have to see whether Drazhar is going to terrify these Dragoons into not allowing them to interrupt. We'll find out.
You have been tormented with the Helm of Drazhar. No, you have not.
Oh, no, you've not.
The other Incubi units, or second Incubi units. No, the exact same roll. That's a weird one. Oh, okay.
Oh.
And there it is. Third time lucky.
Needed it.
10.
Needed it. Were you getting a little bit nervous there?
No, I mean, obviously it wouldn't be ideal if it didn't go off, but what I would have done, I mean, if you're interested, is I probably would have just fought with Drazhar first.
Yeah.
But you would have then been able to, because you got your exploding taser
I got my exploding tasers. I
could have
probably
been
could have done a lot of damage against both Incubi units.
Yeah.
Drazhar would then attack again, but like it could have been interesting. But that didn't happen.
Could have been, yeah, I suppose it could be more clutch than perhaps I think. Because also, Drazhar doesn't have Hatred Eternal, so he's not re-rolling his wounds against you at the minute.
Yeah.
But all right, there we go. I mean, this is why I've tripled up on the chance there.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I was pretty confident I would be able to stop you. So now they can't strike until last.
Which could be very, very important.
Yes. So, okay, fair enough. That also means that... well, it doesn't mean anything. I'm still going to hit you now with Drazhar, so let's get on with it.
And this is going to hurt. So we have the Succubus now, splitting her attacks 5 into the Skitarii Marshal, 5 into the Cataphrone Breachers. Yeah, this could hurt.
So she's got the Triptech Witch, and I keep saying witch. It's whip. She is a witch.
She is a witch.
She's a witch with a whip.
Yeah.
Right, 5 attacks on your Marshal.
Yes.
She has also got competitive edge, so that's any hits that don't go through to the damage stage, I get an extra attack.
-1 hit is taken one of those out.
Taken one of them away. Which I believe I'll get another attack for. Anyway, I'll roll that if I need to. So, first of all...
Probably won't need to.
This is to wound you. So that's another one that's not gone through to the damage step. That's 3 wounds, because it's a poison weapon at 2 up.
Yep.
And
the AP is 3.
The AP is 3, and the damage is 2. So you've got a 5+ invulnerable save.
I have a 5+ invulnerable save.
Okay, good luck, sir.
No.
Triple dead, sir.
Triple dead. What's the damage on him? On her?
2.
Okay, cool. So yes, he had 4 wounds. He is dead.
Yeah. Now I've generated 2 additional attacks there. I'm just going to double check how that would work. I'm assuming...
Because they were against...
Oh wait, competitive edge. I think you have to do all of your attacks against the same unit as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so good thing I caught that. I'm going to double check it anyway. I still would have split it the way that I've done it, guys. So
okay.
Don't worry about that. Let me double check that rule. But what I will do now, regardless, which is correct, is I'll spend 1 CP on a stratagem from the Book of Rust, and that is called Deadly Exemplar. Which is pretty cool. And now for the rest of the battle, all Cult Strife units benefit from her aura, even if she's not in it. So now we'll reroll in 1s to wound. Why? Because...
You can.
Drukhari.
So she's pirouetted around, and now she's putting 5 attacks into this breacher.
It's true.
So we worked out that competitive edge doesn't work because of splitting.
That's right.
So it's only, and she would normally hit on 2, so that 3 does count.
It sure does. She does get the 3 wounds though, because it's poison 2+.
Which is very nice. The breaches have a 2-up, so this will now be 5s.
That will kill 2, because 1 was already on 2 wounds.
Yes.
Oh dear.
And we're coming over to the spider now, and he's putting all of his attacks into that 2-unit Cataphrone Breachers. He's going to take the -1, of course, but he'll be re-rolling, so that will be nice for him.
Yes, indeed. Okay, he can re-roll these 2s,
which is lucky.
Have Hatred Eternal. Normally you wouldn't be able to do that.
Ooh.
They all hit. Spider is a vicious foe.
5s and
you
6s
are toughness 5, right?
Yeah.
So 5s, but I can re-roll now because of Hatred Eternal. Which really does make a difference. That's 4 wounds at -3, and these are damage 3. So each failed save is a dead breacher.
It's fine, I'm just going to roll 4 5s. It's not a problem. Okay, so that unit is dead. Yeah,
Wow.
that happened.
Wow.
On to this Incubi unit against the other Cataphrone Breachers. So they're going to be hitting on 3s because of the minus.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Just a few attacks.
Just a few attacks. We're re-rolling ones because the spider is there.
He is there. It is true.
They hit with all but one.
Yeah, that's okay. They are winning on 4s, but 6s will be 3 damage, which is very nice.
I only get 1.
Okay. And I'm not seeing that many other wounds. I mean, it's sort of a few.
No, it's a few.
Okay.
So one save, or you die.
Which is at AP 3?
3?
Yeah. So 5. Cool, so 1's dead.
All right. And then you've got 2, 4, 6, 7 saves to make.
At AP 2.
Oh no, they're AP 3 as well.
Oh, AP 3 as well?
Yeah.
Well, I'll just
in fact,
roll
that
these.
6 would have been AP 4, but...
Cool, so that means the other one... Oh, sorry, I've got a few more.
Yes.
Because I've got 3 there, forgive me, I thought there was only 2 there. So 3 more, and that
they're wiped.
is wiped.
Oh my goodness, it's a horror show. Yeah.
And we're coming over to these witches now. So because of the minus hit, they'll be hitting on 4s, and they'll be wounding on 4s because of the Vanguard's -1 toughness. Ain't that right, Mr. Spider?
Yeah, but I am going to spend 2 CP on Art of the Kill. Again, a Book of Stratagem, I now reroll wounds. The good news is it means I've only got 2 CP left.
Good news, everybody.
And I'm rerolling 1s to wound because of the exemplar, the example that she made, the succubus.
Well, you'd be rerolling everything anyway.
That's true.
So you know, 4s and 4s are rerolling.
4s. Yes, I really do get this many attacks.
Yeah.
Not very nice, is it?
No. Luckily, with the Vanguard -1 strength, at least makes them only wound on 4s.
That is true.
At least.
That is true. But
know?
my goodness, that's a lot. Okay.
I mean, there's a fair amount of misses, to be fair. It does look like it made a difference.
It definitely did. Okay, now it's 4s, re-rolling, and you ignore AP -1 and 2, is that correct?
Indeed.
Okay,
so at least I'm getting my 3-up saves.
Yeah, I won't bother worrying about the Blade Artists then, because that's also a thing.
That would be an extra AP, would it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 15 wounds on that Vanguard unit.
15 wounds.
15 wounds.
I can just about get them in one hand. Right, 3-up saves. That his kills 1, 2, 3.
4.
4.
But that's not bad, is it?
It's not bad.
Okay.
It's not bad. So that leaves 10 left in the unit, if I remember correctly.
But I'm probably going to fight again with them anyway.
Look at his happy face. We now have 31 attacks from the witches into the lone Cataphrone Breacher on the other side. They're going to take the -1 to hit, so they'll be hitting on 4s.
Yeah. This is gross, is what it is.
Well, the minus has helped that one.
Yeah, it certainly has.
Yeah.
And they won't get any re-roll, all wounds, only re-roll wounds of 1.
Yeah. So it'll be 5s and 6s to wound, because they're toughness 5. 6s will matter this time.
Yes, that's a good point. Okay, so I've got 3 at -2, and then you've got 3, 4, 5 saves to make it -1.
Okay. 3 4-up saves.
Yep.
So
you've got 1 wound left.
2, good.
And then you've got 5 saves at -1.
Which will be 3s. And he survives on 1 wound. Yay!
Now I've just got the other witch unit.
Oh.
I might just go.
Just roll some.
I'm just going to roll the Agonizer.
Yeah, it makes sense.
She does only hit you once.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
She doesn't wound you. All right, I'm going to have to do this the hard way.
We'll get some more dice. And we've got our dice.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing a lot of 3s there.
Yeah. Now,
I'm getting excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
You do only have the 1 wound left.
I know,
Stig.
but you know, I'm holding on
I
to
don't want to
hope.
alarm you here.
5s and 6s.
And I can re-roll
We roll the
ones.
1s. There's another one there.
Cool. So you've got to make 1, 2, 3, 4 saves at -1.
Okay.
And 1 save at -2.
Well, let's start with the 1 at -2, so a 4-up. Oh, good.
You're dead, Stig.
Boo. And we're coming over to Drazhar now. He is putting all of his heavy attacks into the Dragoons.
He is. I've just piled in with him there.
He hits on freeze.
Oh, he only hits once.
Okay.
No re-rolls because of he doesn't have a Eternal Warrior. Only 1 wound.
Only 1 wound. So he was hitting on freeze because of the Incense Cloud.
Yeah.
I will have a 5-up save now because the 3-up armor becomes 2 because of Bulwark.
Yep.
Which they make. That's interesting.
In which case, I'm just going to fight with him again.
Makes sense.
He whiffs again.
Oh.
Well, that's not a whiff.
Yeah, he's hit 3 times.
Average, yeah. He does wound you twice though this time.
So 2 5-up saves to make.
One of them, we failed both anyway. One of them would have been -4 because of Blade Artist. Didn't ultimately matter.
It will
3,
kill
he destroys
1.
a chicken.
Yeah, it does. Do I explode? I'm going to take the one closest to the Incubi on the left.
Sure.
I do not do a wound.
You do not. No, not for you. Not today.
And we're coming over to the next unit of Incubi, this unit of Incubi here, who have decided not to attack. They're just going to stand around. Oh wait.
This is not the Drukhari way, Stig.
Okay.
It's just not the Drukhari way.
Hitting on freeze because of the Incense Cloud.
Did whiff. That was a whiff. But we do wound you on 4s. Because of the +1 to wound, normally it'd be wounding you on 5s. I've pulled it back with the wound roll and it's averaged out. So one of these is at -4 because of Blade Artists.
So that will go on to the Bionic save, or 6-up. No.
Okay, so that's
which
damage
is 3,
2.
Damage 2, is it?
Oh, sorry, that's damage 3 in fact. Yeah.
So 1 is on 3 wounds, and then we have 5 at...
Got 5 at -3.
-3. It doesn't... Well, I'll need to do the first, because he's taken 3, so I'll do these 2 at a time.
Okay.
Cool, so they are fine. So I need to do the next 2, because I've rolled a 5 and a 6.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. I get what you're doing. Yes.
Because of the fact of where it's going to explode and stuff like that makes a difference. So 1 does go through. So he's down on 1 wound.
Last save now or he's dead.
Yeah.
No.
And
so
he dies.
Does finally die.
But it only goes to 1, which is kind of important.
It does, yeah.
And does he explode? He does not. Okay.
So then it's just the next unit of Incubi.
And we're moving on to this final Incubi unit fighting through the wall.
Yes, I'll do the consolidate with that other unit in a minute. Right, final Incubi units hitting on 3s.
Oh, that did make a bit of a difference. There's another 2 in there.
Yes, indeed. Okay, and then 4s.
It's turned around again.
3, 4, 5 wounds this time.
5 wounds. One of them, it was a 6.
One of them was a 6, yes.
So this will be a 6-up Bionics.
Yes.
Which goes through, so that takes 3, and then, so again, I'm going to have to do these 2 at a time.
Yeah.
So 5's needed now, so he's on 1 wound.
1 at a time
He makes it, and the last one, and he's destroyed. Okay. Does he explode? No. He does not. But that does leave me with 2 Dragoons.
Does leave you with 2 Dragoons.
Which,
I mean, hey, look, is
an interesting number of Dragoons. Okay then, it's my turn to hit back, and I'm going to start off with these Vanguard because aware that these witches can hit again. So we're going to have 11 attacks. We're going to see what we can do. So we're hitting on 4s now, which is not a good roll. No. That's really not a good roll. That's 4 hits. 4 hits.
That's 4 hits.
They will be wounding on 3s though because of the -1 toughness. So that is 2 wounds.
I have 4 plus dodge saves. I make both.
Lovely. That was worth it. We're going to come over to the Ranger unit just here into the Incubi. We have 6 attacks here. We're hitting on 4s again. We have hit twice. They are toughness 4, are they not?
The Incubi, no, they're toughness 3.
Toughness 3? Okay, yes. So 4s. We've wounded you twice.
Lovely.
Makes the
I do indeed lose an Incubi.
Oh, do you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're a 3-up save.
Oh, okay.
I could take a wound on the Clavex, but I'm not going to do that, so I'll just remove this one here. There you go.
Nice.
Okay.
We'll come over to the Iron Striders next, so I'm just going to pick up my dice. And we're coming over to the Iron Striders next. They're putting their 4 attacks into the witches. What are you shaking your head for?
Well, you don't want to hurt my witches.
I mean, you saw what they did to me.
I did, yes. Grim. Yeah, hurt them, please.
They'll be hitting on 3s. They have hit all the
Well,
times.
it's 4 times 5.
They are not very happy.
Okay.
They're going to wound on freeze. So that is 3 wounds, no AP.
I dodge 1 and you kill 2 of the ladies. Oh,
2 in the head, which was interesting.
Okay.
We are going to get the dice and the CP ready because the Dragoons are up next.
Exciting.
Okay, so we are coming over to the Dragoons now. Done a little bit of math hammer, and I'm going to be putting 1 chicken into each Incubi unit. Looking at it, even with both, there's a possibility I don't even kill Drazhar because of the -1 damage. So I'm trying to attack what I can kill and going for the Incubis. They are going to cause me a lot of problems if they're still this close to my lines.
Yeah, it's a lot of attacks.
I am going to be using chain taser protocols, which means that my taser will explode on 5s and 6s. So let's see what we do. These first ones are going to the Incubi on our left.
Great.
So I have hit a mighty 2 times.
Not a single 5 or a 6.
No, I'm going to wound on 2s.
I've
wounded
twice.
2 times. It does take you 2 5s, and each one kills 1.
Save 1 and 1 dies. Not the result you were looking for.
Not
I'm
the
sure.
start we were looking for.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to come on to the next unit, and we're going to roll much better.
Yes, I hope so.
That's the plan. Okay.
Stig. I mean, this is some beard level of rolling right now. That's really poor. Yeah. Okay. You do get a wound.
5 and 6s, and of course, the spider rolls a 6.
Hi.
2 CP spent. The witches are going to attack again, and the stratagem still works. So they're hitting on 4s, wounding on 4s, but re-rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Yeah. There's a lot of attacks with 9 witches.
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, there's quite a few frees in there that are going to come out. So
I mean, and just imagine, like, if this was battle round 3 for them, or you didn't have that -1,
Yeah.
it would just be.
Yeah. So it's your fault for killing me a bit too quickly. Otherwise, you'd be more efficient.
It's true. Now I can re-roll wounds still because
is
after kill
nice.
is still in effect till the end of the phase. Since I thought I'll fight again.
Looks about average. So yeah.
You're ignoring the minus
1 and 2.
but you are looking at 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14 wounds. I think it was similar last time.
Yeah, I think it was 15 last time,
Yeah.
wasn't it? So
Yeah.
can
How many do we kill this time?
Can I just about? Oh, one more. Bear with me, folks. Yay!
14 wounds there, Stig.
Freeze. 4.
You lose another 4.
Another 4. It's exactly the same as last time.
Yeah, how weird.
That's weird.
Cool. Okay, well, that is a dramatic reduction in those vanguards. All fighting here is now concluded. There will be a morale phase. Do you want to auto pass those guys?
Considering where we are in the game, I may as well, because I'm within 6 of the objective. I can use acquisition at all costs, so it just costs me 1. I don't have to spend the 2, so they auto pass, and we can see what we can do with them next turn.
Very nice. However, after you remove those models, I will consolidate. I suspect I'm going to take that objective back off you because I'm OBSEC as well.
Quite possibly.
I have more models now than you do. Yeah, that's gross. I don't even need to take a morale check because you only kill 2 witches here. That's not enough for them to fail.
And there's no other morale to take anywhere else either. The
killed an Incubi.
Dragoons are leadership 8.
Oh, the Dragoons could fail.
So yeah, so on a 6, 1 would run.
Don't do it, Stig.
I mean, that would have kind of, you know, finished off that battle round, wouldn't it?
Okay, well look, that was absolutely hideous. This is the way competitive games can go sometimes.
Absolutely.
And what you do is you use it as a learning experience, guys. You go, right, well look, my list is not going to stand up to this sort of threat. Having said that, What's the ditch? What's the situation here? What can we do? Well, you do have your winged bat guys.
Yeah, I've got Taraxi, I've got infiltrators, and I've also got a possibility of a ranger unit for action monkeys to.
You do have some stuff in reserve.
I've got some mission playing to be able to do, but we'll see.
Look, show me something amazing. You know, I'd love to see you make some sort of incredible comeback here. Maybe you've got some stratagems and stuff with those bat guys, which I don't know about yet. Let's play it out and see how it goes. This is it. Admech turn 2. He needs it to be a turn like no turn has ever been before. We have the winged Mechanicus men. What are they actually called?
So we've got Taraxi sterilizers, and we also have infiltrators in there as well.
That's very exciting. They've appeared there. They are 9 inches away from respective raiders, ready to unleash death. 12-inch range on their flamers, which is very
12-inch range on the flamers, 12-inch range on the relic, 12-inch range on the flechette blasters.
Yep.
Hail Mary is what they call it.
Meanwhile, over here, the Rangers have, the Rangers have fanned out, trying to protect the Dominus and the Archeo tech, which have fallen back. So trying to protect the characters there as best they can. There is a spider standing before them with Incubi. That is rather disturbing. We do have the Vanguard, which have fallen back. Actually, you do have to roll a dice.
Oh yes, to see if they could do this.
Yeah. So on a 4-up, I think I'm on a 4-up. I don't think you can fall back.
So I roll a 4-up?
No, I rolled a dice. So I'm going to roll it now. I rolled a 1.
Yay!
I'm assuming that you can fall back, but we'll come back and correct that if that is the case.
It'd be kind of important because I've managed to move within 3 of that objective to turn that one off for you if
lovely
that still exists.
To hold it down. Exactly. It's very nice. Meanwhile, your Taser Dragoons have remained in combat with the Incubi and Drazhar, and the Iron Striders have also remained in combat with those witches over there.
Yeah, these Rangers just moved around as well, getting as far away from that objective as they're allowed to.
I can understand. All right, Stig, I'm going to wish you the best of luck. Well, what did you do in your command phase?
The command phase, not a lot could be done. The Manipulus with the Holy Order Loki gave the Ignore AP 1 and 2 to the unit of Rangers that are becoming the shield in front of him. That's the only one of his options that he could do because his galvanic field couldn't really do anything because the only unit within range was that same unit and they've fallen back, so they wouldn't be able to shoot anyway.
I like it. Okay then, Stig, we'll be back in the shooting phase. So just as a point of note, it is in fact a roll-off these days with witches. Just shows you I'm more of a Kabalite Warrior player usually. But nonetheless, it is a roll-off, but I did roll a 1. I don't have any Shardnet or Impalers in there, so therefore Stig could not lose the roll-off. So they could fall back. Okay.
Which was nice.
You're using your relic now, Stig.
Yeah, because I'm at the start of the shooting phase.
Yep.
So the skull of Elder Nikolai is on this alpha, on the Taraxi sterilizers. He is within 12-inch range on all 3 of these raiders.
Great.
So let's see what we do. Let's start off with this one over here.
Sure.
So that is just 1 mortal wound.
Okay, I'll just put a 1 by that raider there. All right.
On to this one over here.
Sure.
That is D3 mortal wounds.
Okay, so roll a 5 there.
Which is 2.
Okay, I'll just put a 2 down. Yep.
And we would like a 6 on the raider that's damaged because that would be flat 3 mortal wounds. Let's find out.
That would be very pleasant. Good luck, Stig. It's a 2.
No, so it's just 1 mortal wound.
Okay, all right, let me mark those up and we'll be right back. It's time for the infiltrators to unleash their flechette death. They're firing at the damaged raider. You are spending a CP on Wrath of Mars.
Yeah, Wrath of Mars, quite a lot of changes. So it's only 1 CP if the unit's power level less than 11, and it's capped at 6. So units like this, it becomes quite nice at. But we'll see. Hitting on freeze, first of all.
Yeah. I put Agents of X on Wrath of Mars, by the way.
Understandably so.
Yeah, just in case you want to use it again, it will cost 2 instead of 1.
Which will be not so much fun. Right.
A few hits.
Hunting for 6s. I think I dropped that one.
Sure.
So that
got
is
3 mortal wounds.
3 mortal wounds and 3 saves in addition.
Lovely. Okay, 3 saves in addition. The AP?
No AP, so it takes 1.
Okay, so I lose 4 wounds. I'm still alive on 2 wounds. 1 wound even. Frustrating. Can these Rangers prove heroes for the Mechanicus? We have long range fire here with the galvanic rifles through the tree line into the damaged raider on 1 wound. That's this one over here. Good luck, Stig.
Trying to get lucky. Hitting on 4s because they've moved.
Only 2 that are in range, and then the others will be firing at the Incubi.
Yeah, the Incubi not in.
Okay.
So good.
One
it's
hit.
just the 1 hit.
Well, you only need 1, technically.
So you need. It's going to be 5 or 6s to wound.
No.
No.
Okay.
Okay. On to the others.
Into the Incubi.
They hit 3 times. They're toughness 3, right?
Yeah.
So 3s, 1 at AP 1.
Okay. I do fail that save. One of the Incubi will be cut down. I will remove him in a moment. Slight rewind here, folks. In actual fact, we've forgotten the Mars reroll there. So let's use the Mars reroll.
So
that's
on a 3.
for the infiltrators. Gets the hit. Now can he scores?
That's 6 again.
Remember, it's only got 1 wound left. Here we go, Mr. Stig.
Oh, I saw it for a second.
No, it winked. Okay, but you do get a reroll on one of those rifles as well. That you're firing at that.
Funnily enough,
raider.
I would use it against the raider.
Yep, that's a hit.
A hit. 5 and 6s. No.
Okay, was worth the go though. Right, do you know what you're firing next?
Yeah, we're coming over to the Manipulus. He is in range with his Magna Rail Lance.
Okay.
He's firing all the way into said raider because he is AP 3, so it pushes you onto your invulnerable, but he's also strength 7.
Great.
Hits on a 3.
He hits.
He hits. Wounds on a 4.
He wounds.
AP 3. Save or die.
I do fail that save. I am finally destroyed. Do I blow? No, I implode. That raider there is...
It's got 5 warriors.
Does have 5 warriors in it, so I'm going to get them out. 2, 3, 4, 5.
All 1s.
No, I do roll 1-1 though, so 1 is killed. Let me get them out. We have this character again now with his pistol launching. He's within 6 inches. His shots into the Incubi, D3 shots.
Yeah, so you can use his focused version. So D3 shots is 2. He hits on 3s. He is a Mars unit, so he will use a reroll. Kill. He wounds on 2s because he's strength 6. Kill. 2 AP 3. There are 2 damage for reference in terms of the Clavex.
I do fail both, so that is 2 Incubi slain. I will remove those and come back. And now we have the sterilizers, don't we?
Yes.
So we've got a flamer into the Kabalite Warriors, as well as the Flechette Blaster, which is just over there by the Raider. And then we have 3 flamers into this Raider. Let's go.
We've got a split fire at this point. So this is Flechette Blaster. I'm going to use 1 Mars reroll because I have missed every single time.
One. Incredible.
We're going to use that flamer.
Incredible.
It's 3 shots, 3 hits, sorry. It's wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, AP 1.
Okay. 1 saves, 1 dies. So I'll remove a Kabalite Warrior in a moment.
I'm not going to use those dice for these rolls. I'm going to use some new ones.
Now on the Raider. 5, 6, 7, 8.
So it's not ideal, but hey ho. It is going to be 5s and 6s.
Got 3 wounds there.
AP 1.
I save 1 and I fail 2. So damaged,
7,
but still okay. Iron Strider time now, firing into combat. They're actually putting their Cognis las cannons, both of them, into the Succubus.
Because why not at this point? Hitting on 4s with a Mars reroll. 3 hits. Okay. Wounding on 2s.
Sure.
3 wounds, but I really had to push it, didn't I, there?
You did. She does get invulnerable saves, even in combat. In fact,
it's
which is
4 up invuln?
It's 4 up invuln, so 1 does go through.
So it's 3 damage plus D3. She has how many wounds?
I think it's 5.
Okay, cool. She is dead.
I think she'll be dead. Okay, fantastic. I will remove her presently. It's now time for the Dominus. A single Succubus was not enough for him. The Dominus now will try and kill some of the other witches here, firing past the spider's head and doing potential mortal wounds.
I need the mortal wounds to go off to be able to remove some of this unit. We're going to hit on 3s because we moved. We are a Mars unit, so we have hit once.
Okay,
good.
So not the start he was looking for.
Wounding on a 2, but 6 would be nice. I saw it flinch for a second, but it's not. It's no AP, just 4 up, 2 damage.
They don't get 4 up invulnerable if they're outside of combat. Only a succubus does. So 1 is in fact killed with that roll. Okay, I'll remove her. I believe that's all you're shooting. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Is all the shooting.
So we've got a charge phase coming up in a second. I think it's fair to say you really need this.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be back in a moment. It's a charge phase. The infiltrators declare a charge on the 8 wound raider.
Kind of important charges.
Needs
these
a 9.
ones. Needs a 9.
He's got an 8.
So I used the CP.
He's got a 7. No, he's not done it, and he's used the CP.
And we're going to do these into that raider.
Right, sterilizers into this raider. Go for it.
And they have failed.
And they fail on a 4.
well.
Both charges failed, even with a reroll. That's not great. That's not great at all. I would have a morale check to take on the Incubi, the lone Incubi. He will fail, so he is gone.
Yeah.
You've killed him.
Yeah. We're going to have a fight phase coming up over here.
Yes.
So let's
yes, of course.
see
I'm just skipping the fight phase.
Let's see what we can do over there.
Yeah. Okay. So with the fight phase, I will now again get to activate the Tormentor Helms. I've got 3 units in engagement range with those Dragoons.
Let's see if you can fail these.
Yeah, let's just quickly do this now. First one fails. The second one fails.
Ooh.
Drazhar.
Oh,
so he makes you fight last, which means because otherwise you would have selected the units.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually you hadn't charged. It would have been me first.
You'd
anyway.
have still gone first,
So
but
actually,
I could have interrupted to.
You could have interrupted, yeah.
to
Okay, savage stuff. All right, well, it's my attacks next. Okay, folks. It would be the Incubi that get to fight. Well, in fact, now, because I've got the witches here and it would be my turn to pick, I would strike with the witches first.
Because of the
because I know they're fighting last. So, all right, let me actually get the dice for the witches.
And even the spider's ham hands means that we've had to switch over.
It's true.
Lots and lots of attacks coming to these Iron Striders. -1 to hit still in effect.
Okay, and I'm not battle round 3 yet, so I'm not ignoring that minus. So I've got lots of misses. Lots of misses. Big old whiff there. Right.
5s and 6s.
5s and 6s to wounds because I'm not -1 strength. Right, these are blade artists. I'm rerunning 1s because the succubus. She's dead. So I'm going to count her. That effect is not working anymore. So just 2 wounds.
2. What's the AP on those?
-2 because blade
-2.
artists.
So I'm +1 still in this. So I'm 4s. Okay, 1 goes through.
You lose a wound. And then the the agonizer, that's another 2 hits. And no wounds there. That's the witches' forts. I can move straight onto the Incubi now if you like.
Yeah, may as well.
I mean, you can hit back with the Iron Striders.
I mean, yeah, I'll just
quick. That's how
do that. There's 4 attacks.
Yeah.
We're hitting on 3s. We've hit twice. We're going to wound on 2 3s because we're strength 5. So 2 wounds, no AP.
You do kill 2 of those ladies. Cool. Slowly whittling them away.
Right. A whittle.
A whittle. Right. I've already piled in with the Incubi here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, plus the Clavex. We'll just do the heavy swings. Here we go. Still hitting on 3s because you're -1.
Yeah, always -1 with the Dragoons, which is
nice. And they're not
nice.
within 6 for rerolls there. Okay, and then I'm wounding you on 4s because of the +1 with Drazhar. Okay, this will be at damage 3. This will be at damage 3, and then you've got 3 regular wounds at -3.
Okay.
And in fact, yeah, the ones at damage 3 are -4.
Okay, so those are 6s. So one goes through.
So 3 wounds.
So on 3 wounds, and then
3 saves.
3 saves. It doesn't matter now because of the fact that they're going to go. Yeah, it does do because of the explosion. Sorry, annoyingness. So I'm going to do the first 2.
Yeah.
They're fine.
Okay.
Hang on, they're AP 3. Yeah, so that's fine.
You've got 1 more.
So that goes through.
So he's got 1 wound left. Okay. Then I'm just going to go over to the other Incubi units. So 1, 2, 3, and then the Clavex. You actually killed one of these guys before. So. Okay. Again, that -1, just huge difference in hits. So in quality, but I do get another 3 regular wounds and another 1 at damage 3. So if you want to go for your regular wounds,
well, I'm gonna choose to do the more damaged one on the 1 wound guy. So that does kill him.
And then your 3 regular saves,
which would be 5s. So 2 go through, and they're 2 damage.
2 damage.
So he's on what, 2 wounds left?
2 wounds left, and then
Drazhar comes next.
So shall I just do Drazhar real quick? So
you'll be able to attack both times.
Yeah, 5 attacks. That's 3 hits.
Whiffed again a little bit.
Well, that's about the average when you're hitting on 3s.
Yes, because of the minus.
Yeah, he does only wound you once though. But it's a save or die situation. You need 6 up.
Minus lots, I'm guessing.
Yes, because the blade artist there are the 6.
And that goes through.
You are destroyed.
Do either of them explode? No, they do not. So no mortal wounds back.
No.
And that, I would say, it's the end of the battle round. And yeah, I mean, we're going to add up some points.
Yeah, we can add up the points and summarize it, but
then we'll come back in.
I'm not
just
sure anyone needs to see another turn of this game.
No.
Unless they're a really hardcore Drukhari fan. Folks, this would be battle round 3. In battle round 3, I would get another 15 primary points, as I do ultimately still hold 3 objectives. This one, I hold this one, and I hold this one. Stig's like on 12 points now, or 10 points even. I'm on 32. And then I get another 15 points. This is one of those situations where there isn't really any hope, because what would happen now is Kabalite Warriors, Raider, Kabalite Warriors, Raider, and over here, Kabalite Warriors and Raider will all turn their attention and shoot into these. Even if I don't wipe them out, it doesn't really matter too much, but I've got a fair chance of killing.
Yeah, I think it's one of those, I mean, ideally I wouldn't be bringing them down on turn 2, I'd been bringing them down turn 3, and I'd have been having them all charge on 3d6, picking the 2 highest, to make those charges more reliable. If I had made those 2 charges, hey, we've probably still got something in there.
Well, you would have shut down my primary then. I wouldn't have scored another 15, but that's the problem.
Correct.
Now I've scored another 15.
And I would have probably killed 2 more raiders. Between them, they've got enough to do that.
Which sort of made it maybe a bit more interesting then.
Yeah, but at this point, I mean, realistically...
Well, at this point now, the witches will now finish off the rest of those Vanguard.
Correct. The Drazhar's going to go through and remove those Iron Striders. The Incubi are just going to, and the Spider's just going to walk straight through all of these troops.
Yeah, all of the Incubi are just going to come for these characters along with the Spider.
So, yeah. And
not to mention the fact I can move these Raiders, and they've got Kabalite Warriors inside, and they've got 40. I can actually start to snipe.
Exactly.
I mean, there's no point showing you this, guys. It's like, it's just brutal at this point, because he's already severely behind on the points. And I'm going to get engaged for maximum again. He can't stop it. I'll continue to rank up those no prisoner scores. It becomes just an absolute bloodbath.
I mean,
we're not learning anything from this anymore.
It shows you. I mean, the Mars list. Look, it's not the strongest list.
No, we need a rework.
But it's also not a bad list.
No.
But this Drukhari list is.
This is something special. Obviously, this is my tournament Drukhari list in its current. I think it's just hideous.
It's got a lot of options. It's got so much combat. It's got so much anti-tank.
Yep. It can be beaten, I'm sure.
Yeah, of course it can.
I'm sure Admech can do it as well. I would really like to deep dive in that book. I'm not an Admech expert by any means, but I do feel that we could probably make vast improvements to your list. Would love to hear what the guys think in the comments. Perhaps they can leave some suggestions. Definitely.
I think there's so much in this book that I've only just started to scratch the surface of. Second game of 2021.
Yes.
So I'm definitely learning a lot. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting one. There's so much within it. I'm going to run some other Forge Worlds, maybe not from a League perspective. Mars is probably still the strongest. Lots of people talk about Lucius, so we'll see. Maybe we'll have a Lucius list at some point soon.
Okay, all right, well look, thank you as ever for the game, Stig. An introduction to the League, a trial by fire taking on me and my Drukhari no less. But I am practicing for the Gibraltar GT because I'm signed up for that, and the Spider will be doing the rounds at tournaments again very soon. So you can expect these sorts of...
It's safe to do so.
Yes, and it's safe to do so. So you can expect these sorts of vicious games, but only in our league reports. You know, if you're not into the competitive stuff, just watch the regular battle reports. We got more of those than anything else. So until next time, this has been the Spider and Stig. Goodbye, Stig.
Goodbye.